Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
Believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
Now, I want to talk about the story regarding an overweight rapper from Detroit who's actually suing Lyft. I'm sure you know what Lyft is. It's like Uber. It's a company that offers transportation through an app. The story has actually been going viral, and I heard about it a few days ago, so let me tell you what it's all about. This is Dank Demoss. She's a 29-year-old rapper from Detroit. She's currently in the middle of a legal battle with Lyft. So here's what happened, okay? Earlier this month, she requested a ride to a Detroit Lions watch party at her cousin's house, which is essentially a social gathering for the purpose of watching a specific event. Now, when the driver eventually pulled up and saw her, this is a picture of her, by the way, things took a turn. Let's just put it like that. According to Dank Demoss, the driver straight up refused to give her a ride, and the reason, well, her weight.
So are you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car?
Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too big, and his tires, something about his tires. I asked him, what do I have to do with your tires?
This happened January 18th. The 29-year-old Detroiter was headed to a Lions watch party, only she never got there.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What make you think I can't fit in a car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The driver told her she needed to request an XL car. I was
embarrassed, and I feel some type of way about it, you know.
She's hired a lawyer and is suing Lyft.
Well, from a legal standpoint, it seems like obvious discrimination. The Elliott-Larsen Act, which is Michigan's Civil Rights Act, specifically protects people from weight discrimination. And the driver here turned down her ride because of her weight.
Deja says this experience has scarred her.
I haven't really left my house since that.
She hopes this lawsuit will change how people treat others of all sizes.
Didn't have to pay for extra for a Uber XL.
So as you guys could hear from that news segment, homie pulled up to the spot, and I think she had her camera already out, or maybe she pulled it out right before when she realized this was a moment. And the driver was like, hey, you're not gonna fit into this car, girl. And then she was like, wait, what? He essentially told her you need to order a bigger car. And he specifically said that, the tires weren't gonna be able to handle her size, okay, the tires of his car. So this lawsuit was filed in Wayne County Circuit Court against Lyft and the driver, identified as John Doe, citing a violation of Michigan's Elliott-Larsen Civil Rights Act. Now, this law is a pretty big deal because it explicitly prohibits discrimination based on religion, race, color, age, sex, and familial status. And that last part, weight, is the key argument in this case. Now, I don't usually like to comment on people's bodies for obvious reasons, but for this video, we're gonna have to do it. I mean, she filed a lawsuit based on her getting, discriminated, so she opened up that door, right? So I did some research, and she's apparently almost 500 pounds, 498 to be exact. Now that's a lot, okay? And she ain't bigger than Dave Blunt's though, but she's up there, right? A normal sedan, which seems like that's what this car was. It was apparently a Mercedes. Now, a normal sedan wouldn't be able to safely accommodate a person of her size, okay? Now, most standard sedans have a maximum weight limit of around 850 and 1,000 pounds total for passengers and cargo combined. And there was already a fully grown adult male inside, along with some of the cargo inside the car. So we have the driver, and then the vehicle was already carrying weight. Adding a 500-pound passenger could definitely exceed that limit, affecting suspension, tire pressure, and overall safety. Also, the seatbelt would also be an issue here, as most standard seatbelts are designed to accommodate a passenger that's around 250 and 300 pounds, though extensions might exist for larger bodied people like Dank Demoss herself, right? Now, from a legal standpoint, Lyft drivers operate as independent contractors since they're using their personal vehicles. If the driver generally believed that his car wouldn't be able to handle her weight, he might have been making he was making a practical decision rather than outright discrimination. However, how he handled handled the situation, his wording, attitude, and whether it violated Lyft's policies could play a role in the lawsuit. Now, we all heard the encounter, okay? I played you the clip, and the man wasn't really rude about it. He simply said, hey, you might have to get a bigger car, honey. You know, these tires ain't gonna cut it. And again, let's keep in mind, this is his personal vehicle, okay? He's not driving a company-owned car. He's an independent contractor, meaning he's responsible for maintaining his ride. So if he genuinely believed that his sedan wouldn't be able to handle her weight, was he really in the wrong for refusing the trip? According to her, this wasn't just a matter of logistics. She believes this was straight up discrimination. So the question now is, who's really in the wrong here? Now, if you ask me, I think the driver was in the right. Maybe you disagree. Now, Lyft has actually responded to the lawsuit, and here's what they had to say. Lyft unequivocally condemns all form of discrimination. We believe in a community where everyone is treated with equal respect and mutual kindness. Our community guidelines and terms of service explicitly prohibit harassment or discrimination. In other words, they're making it clear that they don't tolerate any discrimination of any kind on their platform. But here's the thing, does this situation actually fall under discrimination, or was just, the driver making a realistic call about his vehicle's limitations? Because nowhere in their statement did they address the practical side of the issue. They didn't say whether the driver was in the wrong for refusing the ride, or if, Lyft itself has any policies in place regarding passenger weight limits. They just hit the corporate PR button and kept it vague and kept it pushing. And that's exactly why this lawsuit is gaining attention, by the way. Some people see Dank Demoss as a victim of fatphobia, arguing that if a person within the average weight range was denied a ride, this wouldn't have happened. Others believe the driver made the right call since this is his personal vehicle, and at the end of the day, he, probably wasn't able to safely accommodate her inside his car. Her attorney said in a statement, refusing someone transportation based on their weight is not only illegal, but dangerous. Imagine the consequences if Miss Blanding, that's her real name, were unable to seek shelter after the driver left her stranded. This could have ended even worse than it did, he added.
I knew it was illegal and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. It's the same. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see what we go through as bigger people,
I think this entire lawsuit is absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. I think this is crazy. It's funny how her lawyer was comparing it to a driver saying, I don't want black people in my car, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it's not the same thing. I mean, you can just order a bigger car. There's an option to do that. And the option is called XL Ride, which is supposed to accommodate up to 6 passengers. And, I'm sure that's plenty of room for her, I believe. Like if she literally had just ordered a bigger car on the spot, she could refute the original charge, and that would be the end of that. But she's taken another route, which is a lawsuit route. Obviously, she's trying to get the dinero, right? She's trying to get the bag. She's trying to get the money, which I can't really respect, because if you're putting another person who's completely rational in the focal point of your lawsuit, who didn't really do anything wrong, then, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. This man was probably just trying to clock in, clock out, and now he got to deal with showing up to court for absolutely no reason. Now, another possible angle is she could just be doing this for publicity, which wouldn't be too far-fetched. She is a rapper, okay? She's an artist, which is why I'm even making this video. And yeah, I don't really know how that's going to turn out, but it is a possible angle. These days, any publicity seems to be good. Like, I see people on social media doing all types of, craziness just to catch a viral moment on social media. And a lot of times it actually ends up getting them what they want, which is attention. And attention is the name of the game, guys, especially in the social media era that we live in. Like, I've seen people go viral for the dumbest shit, and next thing you know, they start getting lucrative brand deals and they have a platform and shit after that. So I think low-key, a lot of times when we see certain stuff like this where people are possibly chasing a viral moment, that could lead to them becoming successful. We've seen that before, right? And again, it wouldn't be too crazy. Just think about how many people have heard about the story now. All it takes is one celebrity to feel sorry for her, and then they could put her in a music video or help her in some type of way or whatever, right? Even if it's bad publicity, getting any type of notoriety in this day and age can lead to other opportunities. We've seen that happen in the past. Now, for her, that attention is really just a byproduct, because at the end of the day, I'm sure her main focus is getting a big bag out of Lyft. Who knows? She could possibly win this case and receive a life-changing amount of money. Anything is possible, right? Personally, I don't think she's being the case, okay? Just keeping it a buck. But you never know, I guess. What do you guys think about the story, though? Was the driver wrong here? Was she right? Curious to hear what you guys have to say, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. I'm out.